these guys are just looking for the audit report to just make money fast, right? Okay, I think transparency is very much important. Like as I just told you, there is some bad actors are in this industry, right? But you need to understand like how these cryptocurrencies or these blockchains are working so that you can make better decision to invest them. Just don't invest in FOMO like this meme coin is coming.
Welcome to Token 2049. My name is Madiha Khan for Voice of Crypto, and right now I have with me Preetam from Q Audit. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start off with what Q Audit does and what has been the inspiration behind this.
Okay, so we started the Quill audits back in 2017-18 when the bull market was going on, and when there is new technologies, there so many hacks and scams are going, right? Because these are the first mover guys wanna make money fast, and at that time we realized, we need to launch something, any security company that make this world more safe and secure, mostly on the blockchain or Web3 side, and that's how we started. So Quill Audits is a blockchain security company. We help DeFi protocols, NFT, chains, and even wallets into security. Doing it from last 6 years and work with 1,000+ startups. That's what we do.
That's great, and that's really required. And
Yeah.
one thing that is of paramount importance is the transparency and security.
Yeah.
How do you think at Q Audits do we achieve transparency?
Okay, I think transparency is very much important. Like as I just told you, there is some bad actors are in this industry, right? So as an audit company, we work with so many projects, right? And some of these guys are just looking for the audit report to just make money fast, right? And sometimes they just say, like, just change this, status of this bug. Like this is not a high, severity bug, right? And sometimes they ask us to, like, don't make the report very public, right? But as an auditing company, it's our duty, right? So all reports are public. We're keeping it very transparent. If you're finding any bug, we're keeping it like very, very open. What kind of bugs we identified. So we have the leaderboard on the website. Anyone can check out what kind of project we audited, what kind of bugs were there. So as a security company, that's how we're keeping the transparency.
That's great. When we talk about the entire Web3 scenario and the kind of boom that it has had, say, from 2012, you said that, you just started in 2017.
Yeah.
Why did it take so long for you to start Q Audit?
So again, like, I got passed out in 2013, right? And I always wanted to do a startup, right? I was a developer, front-end developer, back-end developer, then virtual reality VR, AR developer, and now we call this VR, AR the Metaverse, right? So in 2017, when I got to know about blockchain, and I thought like this is the right time to left my job, and I just decided to left my job and started building the company.
That's nice. So you say that you sort of started off in 2017.
Yeah.
From that time up until now, tell us one lesson that you learned the hard way.
The lesson, the hard one, I think so many founders, thinks starting a company is hard, right? I definitely feel starting a company is hard, but I think the scaling the company, right, from 10 to 100, like the way Polygon did, the big brands are doing. This is something very hard thing, right? So I would suggest anyone, like, start as soon as possible. You can start because you need to focus on the scaling part and where you are going to face the hard challenges.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What do you think about children and Web3? We wouldn't really know if there's a child out there who's really dealing with things. So, how do you ensure that kind of safety for children if you have to really put your focus onto it?
Children, in what sense? Like in the crypto sense, or what sense? Like, can you wanna explain?
Children dealing in crypto and in Ethereum in the Web3 world. How do we ensure a certain level of security for them?
I think again, it can be like children, or it can be Gen Z, the right word for it, right? Like any new guy coming into the blockchain or any investment they wanna make, right? So I think the education is so much important, right? Like there is so many guys are coming into Web3 and they feel, I will just going to make money, right? But you need to understand like how these cryptocurrencies or these blockchains are working so that you can make better decision to invest them. Just don't invest in FOMO like this meme coin is coming. So I think this is applicable for like Gen Z or anyone. Like understand what the product is and make the better decision. And there are now like interesting tools are coming, right? That helps you in doing the due diligence before they invest in any token, right? So we have actually a tool, Quill Check, right? And it's used by around 50,000+ guys. So it helps you in due diligence. Should you invest in that token or not? You just paste the address or just type the name of the project, It would tell you everything, the code score, the market score, sentiment analysis, and everything. So you are making a better decision to invest.
That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
At Quill Audits, what are the few things that you're going to see in the near future that will sort of revolutionize this space?
I think and just in 2 days we are launching very interesting product, Will Shield, right? So it's a complete Web3 security infra product. So currently we have some tools in the market that helps you in identifying the vulnerabilities in the smart contract or any code. But what our AI engine is doing, it auto fixing the vulnerabilities also, right? So as a developer, you're getting the vulnerability, and AI agent will auto fix your vulnerabilities also, right? So we like work with 1,000+ startups in last 6+ years, right? Even like we have good developers in the market, but there are some medium level developers also, and they don't know the right way or maybe the secure way to write the smart contracts. And because of these developer skills or not writing good contracts, so many hacks are happening or the vulnerabilities is there. This is very interesting product we're building on, and we are very much bullish on that. List going to change the Web3 security. Yeah.
Perfect. A piece of advice that you would give to anybody who is really trying to sort of, or not even trying to, what should people do to be more secure in this space is what I want you to tell our audience.
I think if you talk about any project, right, the right way to build or secure is, at the time you are writing the smart contracts, right, you're building a DeFi product, anything, just consult with a very experienced technical guy or maybe an auditing company. What's the right way to build the architecture for it? Because we have seen so many cases while doing the auditing, right, development is done from those guys, and we are saying that this is not the right architecture to build a DeFi product. This is not the secure way, right? So they should engage any consultant or security company at the time they're writing the something, like they're thinking about they wanna build it. And what we seen, like even while we're doing the auditing, we are finding so much like basic vulnerabilities, right? But as a developer, I think you should be having those expertise. You can fix those bugs while you're doing the development of any smart contracts, any protocol. Either they can use the tool that we're launching is already in the beta, and it will help you in detecting the vulnerabilities while you're writing the contracts. And then go with the auditing company. And again, we suggest as an auditing company, go with at least 2 auditing companies. Like again, we are just minimizing the risk by our AI tool, by the auditing company. Go with 2 auditing company and go with the bug bounty also, right? Now these more guys are going to play with your smart contracts to detect the vulnerabilities. So this is the right process. Go with a consultant, go with the AI tool, go with the audit company, go with the bug bounty. And the last thing is, if you can do, is go with monitoring stuff also. Like when any suspicious thing is going on, you will get the alert, right? And again, if you want to make it extremely secure, go with insurance, right? There is Web3 insurance companies are also there. This is the stack of like anyone should be following to build a secure protocol.
That's great. One thing I think you'd be the right person to answer this question is, what do you think about the kind of role that government regulations and policies play when it comes to functioning in the world of Web3?
I think I don't have the expertise around the regulatories, but I think I know one thing, right? As a founders or as a innovators, we can build anything, right? We can think about it. We are going to change this world. We are going to do this. The end thing, end is the regulatory, right? You can launch Uniswap, you can launch Coinbase, you can launch anything. The SEC is going to send you the notice, right? Maybe the Indian government is going to ban the crypto, right? So if you're developing something, I think the regulatory you have to consult before you're thinking about like security, right? The first step is to consult with a legal or regulatory guy. I want to build this. What's the taxes looks like? Writing a smart contract, if there is transaction fees are there, you should know what kind of fees I can code in my smart contract, right? So you should engage with regulatory guys at the time you're thinking, like I want to launch in Dubai, India, where, right? Because government is going to come at the end and it's going to send you notice.
True that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, since you are yourself an entrepreneur, I want you to tell us about any one, entrepreneur or founder out there from the Web3 or crypto industry that you've looked up to or you follow.
I think there's so many good founders like I look up to. Like it can be Sandeep Polygon, it can be the Coinbase guy, it can be the A16Z guy, right? That really developed something, right? That is not just making noise. It's a really hustler, really delivering the things. I'm just fan of those guys. So I'm going to pick Brian Armstrong from Coinbase. Sandeep is there, A16Z guys are there. I think maybe more guys are there, but I'm just fan of those guys.
That's nice. Now, one last bit that we're going to do is we have a lot of complex terms.
Okay.
So I want you to explain any one of the terms from the Web3 or crypto industry that comes to your mind directly to our audience. Anything. You could even talk about halving.
Any term you wanna talk to me? Can you give me one term? I'm not able to recall a term.
You could explain what is the meaning of halving.
Okay.
You could even explain something as simple as what does DeFi mean.
Okay, let me explain the DeFi again. So we talk about the use cases of the blockchain, right? So we have we can use blockchain in the supply chain, we can use in DeFi, we can use in maybe the identity, right? The main is how we can remove the middleman, right? And we can build any solution, any use cases, right? So DeFi is just a kind of a decentralized finance. There is no middleman. There is like the lenders is there, the borrowers are there, right? And I can just do business within those guys. But who is the decision maker? Like where is the trust, right? In centralized, the trust is between banks, and here the trust is the smart contracts, right? So it's a kind of decentralized world where smart contracts is the trust or kind of bank, and these two guys are just borrowing and lending, and that's how the DeFi works.
That was very nicely explained.
Yeah.
One final piece of advice you would want to give to all the young, Gen Zs out there who are wanting to come into the world of Web3 and crypto.
One last advice is pick the right use case. Don't come like Web3 is there. I would suggest pick the problem that can be solved by Web3 or AI. Pick anyone, but really think this is the problem I wanna maybe solve by using just not maybe Web3 or AI. Maybe any tech can help, but really pick the problem and then fix it.
Perfect. Thank you so much for talking to us and being so insightful.
Thank you.